the studio in the Office of Student Media at George Mason University. It's the Mason Cable Night Show with Cody Borden. With tonight's guest, the Mason Dreamers. Here's your host, Cody Borden.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Mason Cable Night Show. I'm your host Cody Borden. We have another great show for you tonight. Representatives from the Mason Dreamers will be joining us in just a few moments, and later we're going to see if we can conquer the Loud Music Challenge. Now, as everybody knows, February is Black History Month, and this February we have seen the rise of the Black Panther. Marvel's latest film has dominated the box office and has already become a cultural phenomenon. We took to the sidewalks to get everybody's thoughts in this week's segment of Good Going George. Have you seen Black Panther, and what did you think of it?
I saw it, and it was actually really good. I don't really know much about superheroes, so I kind of just went in it with no knowledge about what it was going to be about, but it was actually pretty interesting.
Yes, I actually just saw it last night. It was great. Phenomenal film.
Actually, I haven't seen Black Panther yet, but I really want to see it.
Okay, how about you?
I'm with him. I want to see it, but have yet to.
How important is this movie for people that may have been underrepresented or not represented at all in Hollywood?
I think that this movie is extremely influential, especially for Black people, because it not only tells our story, but it tells our story from our point of view. So it gives us a chance to speak from our vision.
So I think it's a huge step because it's very empowering to that community, and I can see that they have taken a lot of pride in making it.
There's kids who are 2 or 3 or 4 who are watching these movies because they love superheroes, and there could be a little Black kid who is why can't I be a superhero? And now they have Black Panther and they can look up to Black Panther and they're like, that could be me one day.
I think it's really important. An all-black cast. What is that? Okay, I'm pretty hyped. Not just because, it's Marvel and Marvel's pretty, awesome, but, all-black cast. Come on, man.
If you guys were superheroes, what would your powers be and what would your pose be? And could you hit that pose for us?
Teleporting would be fun. Mind control, mind reading. Telekinesis would be fun. If I could have the Force, that would be really cool. I guess I can count as my pose there.
Mine would probably be mind reading and invisibility.
Well, I thought about this for a while, actually. I would be Meteor Boy, and I could, turn into fire, the flame, and it kind of be like Flame On. It'd be great.
If I had a superpower, it would be to eat whatever I wanted and, not gain any weight, and I would just...
Okay, here we go.
This is it, man. That's the dream right there.
How about you?
Mine would be teleportation, and my pose would be...
Amazing. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Welcome back to the Mason Cable Night Show. I'm joined now by representatives from Mason Dreamers. Please welcome Myra Leyva and Paula Morales. Guys, how are you?
Good. We're doing good.
Good. So, we've heard this term going on all around the news. So, what exactly is a dreamer?
Personally, myself, I am a dreamer. So, for me, it means something different than it would for somebody else. But the word dreamer comes from the dream act. But like I said, for me, being a dreamer is something different because my story is different than hers and my colleagues, my friends, our allies.
So what would your definition?
So personally, I am not a dreamer. So everyone has, I guess, different, I am an immigrant, but I'm not a dreamer myself because my immigrant story is different than hers. But a dreamer is someone, I guess, the more well-known definition is someone who was brought here by their parents at a young age. But it, like she said, it does come from a dream act, and everyone would define dreamer differently, but mostly it's students or people in the professional world who were brought here, who are undocumented and were brought here as young children.
So you mentioned the DREAM Act. I know that's kind of a complicated bill. Nobody really knows all the details to it, but in a nutshell, can you say what exactly that is too?
So, yeah, a DREAM Act would be a permanent solution. So, I know we've heard a lot about DACA. DACA is not a permanent solution. It stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. But like we've seen with this administration, they kind of have people on a limbo. Like, is it going to be taken away? Is it not? Will I ever be able to renew my DACA? So, basically, the DREAM Act would be a permanent solution, a permanent pathway for people to be able to eventually become U.S. citizens.
What's a Mason Dreamer now? What's like the purpose of your organization?
Literally, our mission statement is to create a more inclusive environment for undocumented students through education and advocacy. We also try to do outreach, so we go speak to local high school, or I don't want to say too local because we do like in other counties, like we'll go to Prince William County. We go speak to them and talk about our story and that it is possible to be able to attend college, because that is the purpose. Like, we're trying to educate people and we're trying to advocate. We want to educate people who don't know, but we also want to educate those who live under that identity of being a dreamer.
So you mentioned events. What type of events do you guys have?
Oh my gosh. I think one of the like biggest ones would be our Undocu Allies. We have them once a month, and we just, I guess, train whoever wants to become an ally or just know more about us. I believe it's a couple of hours. You learn terminology, and you also make some friends. I mean, I guess a lot of people that go in, they're like I didn't know you were a dreamer, and it's a nice environment.
It forms like a community almost.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so Undocu Ally is definitely something that one of the biggest parts of Mason Dreamers on campus, because after you go through Undocu Ally, you kind of sign a pledge that now you are an ally, and people are able to come to you, and you can, even if you don't know the answers, because I mean, even us that are involved, even us, if we live through it, we don't know all the answers, but once you go through the training, you can point them at the right direction. So now you're you're a resource for those students once you go through Undocu Ally.
So you don't have to be a dreamer to be a Mason Dreamer.
Right. So like she mentioned, I am the internal president, and I myself am not a dreamer, but it is something that is close to my heart, because I have dreamers in my family. I have dreamers in my group of friends. Like, it definitely is something that is very important to me. So you don't have to be a dreamer to get involved with Mason Dreamers.
There are similar organizations to Mason Dreamers, like all around Virginia. There's an organization, Virginia Tech, UVA, VCU, University of Mary Washington. Do you have a relationship with these other organizations?
I think what's really cool about Mason Dreamers in general is that a lot of the other colleges, they kind of look up to us. For example, I forget their name, over at Nova Annandale campus. Are they called Dreamers Empowered, I believe. A lot of the things that they do, they look up to us. Like, they try to model what we do, change it, tweak it to, of course, like Annandale, Nova, but also it's a lot of collaborative work. We have our ideas conference every year, so that's one of the biggest things where all of us colleges, I mean, from New York, some of them fly out, like Texas and California, just for this ideas conference to really know what are we going to do for the upcoming school year, what exactly works, what doesn't, and then just moving forward as things rapidly change so much.
So that sense of community really transcends just like the campus life. It goes like all around.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Multiple campuses.
Yes.
How do dreamers affect college society? This is kind of a heavy question, but how do they like affect college society at Mason and then like all around campus? Like we mentioned how there are these organizations all around. So what's their effect on these colleges?
So I guess my take on the question is the way at least let me start off by Mason. Dreamers have an effect on Mason. Like she said, a lot of times you don't talk about your status. So you could have like 10 students here, half of them could be undocumented, but you would never know that. So I think that although it's something that is now a hot topic because you know, with the administration and everything, before it wasn't as unsafe to be a dreamer because it was easier to hide, I guess. So now they've been having an effect on campus, maybe just in a different way. Like they've been having leadership positions, they've been involved with all these other organizations. It's just that it was easier for them to hide their status. And another way that they affect the campus is that they're your friends, they're your best friend, they're your significant other, they're brothers, sisters, sorority sisters.
We're regular people.
Yeah.
Like, in all honesty, I think first and foremost, like, we're scholars. We're somebody's like child. We're somebody's best friend. And I think at the end of the day, once we feel empowered to share our stories, we feel empowered to help somebody else out. But first and foremost, I mean, we're regular people.
Yeah. So Dreamers, we're always there, just the advocacy and the support and the resources. You're just now starting to get that momentum. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So how can other people support you and like all the Dreamers and the Mason Dreamers specifically?
Okay. So, well, a little, shameless plug over here. We have our
That's
Dream
what the show's
Week.
about.
We have a Dream Week coming up. It's on the week of April 1st or April 2nd. So it's the first week of April. The first week of April. Definitely follow us on social media at Mason Dreamers on Instagram, and then you can also look us up on Facebook. We have a Twitter, so you'll be informed of when our dates are. But another way is getting informed. Getting informed is one of the most important things. Like Paula mentioned, we have Undocu Ally, and you can definitely know about a lot of the resources. So being informed, and also something that she said before, also watch your language. Be informed that words do have an effect on people. So as you all can see our shirts, no human being is illegal. So I guess being informed and be conscious that people hold different identities than you. So don't always just speak up on your own experience, because everyone else has different experiences. But the most important thing is be informed. Come to our events and just be aware of what's going on. Don't let your own life determine what you care about and what you don't care about.
Thank you both for being on the show. I'm so glad that you guys agreed to come on, because I do believe that your cause is very important and that we need to increase this advocacy.
Thank you.
So what do you say we have a little fun?
Let's go.
Okay, so when we come back, we're going to take on the Loud Music Challenge. Welcome back to the Mason Cable Night Show, everybody. I'm here with Myra and Paula of the Mason Dreamers, and we're about to take on the Loud Music Challenge. So one person is going to put on these headphones and listen to really, really loud music, and then we have these sayings here that my producer Angelique drew up, and we're going to whisper whatever saying it is to the person and see if they can decipher what the heck we're trying to say. So who wants to go first? You have the headphones in your hand. You might as well go first.
And I have the loud music.
You have the loud music.
Okay, and
her pick, by the way. Can you hear what I'm saying?
I think, yeah. Let's just do Max.
I wouldn't do Max.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. I guess we just go then.
Okay.
All right. You got it?
Mm-hmm. Wait, do I say
Go ahead, yeah.
Winter Olympics?
What?
Winter Olympics.
Winter Olympics.
Winter?
Olympics.
Winter Timberlands?
Wait, Winter Olympics.
Winter.
Mm-hmm.
Tummies.
Olympics.
Lemons.
Olympics.
Limbricks.
Close. Olympics.
Oh, Winter Olympics!
Yes!
Okay, can I take them off?
Yes.
Oh my god. That was Winter Lemons.
Winter tummies.
Okay, pass them down.
Myra.
Oh no. Okay.
Can you hear what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Peanut butter?
Okay.
No.
Did you look?
Oh my god. I'm gonna mess up my hair. Alright. So loud. Am I speaking loudly?
So long.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just see if we can get the first part first.
Okay.
Dog days.
Wait, no, we don't have to. Doc Nix.
Go again.
Okay.
Doc Nix.
Doc Nix.
I can't say what I think you're saying.
It's probably not that. Doc Nix.
Car keys?
No, not even close. Okay, let's just do the second part. Okay. The Green Machine.
Dream Machine.
The
Green Machine.
Yes.
Okay.
Doc Nix and the Green
Yes.
Machine. Yeah, okay. That was so loud, my God. All right, you ready? Okay.
Immigrant.
Elephant.
Immigrant.
I'm stuck on elephants.
Immigrant. Immigrant.
Imparchment?
Close.
Immigrant.
Impeachment. Okay.
Immigrant.
Immigrant.
There we go.
Okay.
You ready?
Uh-huh. Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
She's so good. She's a professional. A professional.
Okay.
I think I'm good at reading lips.
All right, last round, I believe.
Last one.
I hope I don't mess this one up. Here we go.
Just make sure it's extra loud.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This song is so good.
Okay. Black Panther.
One more time.
Black Panther.
One more time.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Yes. Thank you guys so much for being on the show, Myra, Paula. The Mason Dreamers is a wonderful organization, and I wish you the best of luck in all of your advocacy work and all of that. So if you want to support these guys, be sure to check them out on social media, and they have a website too. Check that out, and just follow these guys, go to their events, do whatever it takes. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.